Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Europa Universalis IV with me, Alfapiomega, Meiou and Taxes, and Scandinavia. So we got the Royal Heretic event. The people of Scandinavia were pleased that King Christian I announced his marriage to Mary. At the time, little was said about her origin or her upbringing in Aberdeen. To most common folk in Scandinavia, royals are a breed of their own and they care little for such details. However, rumors bringing these issues to light have recently begun to spread. Some say that the Queen Consort has refused to let go of her old Protestant faith. While the people may have understood the need for a marriage with foreigners, they are less likely to do so when it comes to being ruled by a heretic. So what's our king like? Loose lips, infertile, free thinker. She's a fanatical priest. What? Let's get a heretic royalty. This is an arguably poor choice. Yeah. Arguably a very poor choice. But on the other hand, I think he loves his young wife, even though she's a fanatical priest. He's a Christian, right? Reformed. And she's Protestant. We ought to build relations with places that have the same religion as we do. Roman territories, for example, though, it's a republic. Genoa, Fürstenberg. Or a county. Let's improve relations with you. There's Basel, Fürstenberg, Falkenstein. Special taxes collected. Well, actually they weren't collected because we have no more than well, actually we have less than 3 loans. That would be the way to put it. So lesser nobles or the greater nobles won't pay us anything. However, we still can't ask you to fund us. But hey, our balance is starting to look pretty nice. Our armies are getting to full numbers. My goal now is to repay the 2 loans that are taxing us. Even though that's really not a big issue, I want that. Oh, fuck me, what do you want? Autonomy. We refuse. Okay, no stability loss, but that's not gonna help with the fucking revolt. Should have not done that, but on the other hand, they owe pretty much everything. So giving them autonomy would mean a huge dent into our income. But this is arguably not a way out of turmoil. This is gonna be a huge shit in our future. Debate over divorce. The particular issue was sparked by a married couple who wished to separate, something traditionally handled by a Catholic bishop. One option would be to make divorce a legal issue, allowing couples to seek divorce from a judge. This would make divorce easy to obtain, even for a king. The second option would be to keep divorce within the purview of the church, allowing it only in the case where one spouse abandoned the other for a year, or in cases of proven adultery, or when a marriage was obtained under force or false pretenses. This would protect the sanctity of marriage by making it difficult to obtain a divorce. A more radical option would be to recognize that both divorce and marriage fall outside the scope of the church, as some say was true in the early Christian church. In this view, couples do not need to seek the blessing of the church to marry. Indeed, they need not marry to live together and have children. Our theologians are in favor of allowing divorce in extreme cases only. Really? Divorce should be a reasonable option. It's a Protestantism thing. Divorce should be a last resort. Or marriage should not be regulated. Let's go with divorce should be a last resort. I'm gonna listen to my priests and other people, but that's kind of weird. I was not aware of that. Okay, how are we converting these provinces. Persecuted Catholic presence. Persecuted Koala presence. That they were able to make these. Yeah, the Orthodox are not converting to our state religion, especially because there's such a high revolt risk. Other than that, though, we are doing fairly well. The balance has returned to a fairly high number. We are able to repay our loans now. However, they both... I was like 1 month late to be able to repay them, so I'm just letting them tick up, or actually tick down while we're making money. So that I'll repay them afterwards. I have asked the Greater Nobles and Vassal Nobles for some kind of support. Especially the Corvée labor helped a lot with the income because it halved the state maintenance. You could not give me anything. I'm still waiting for the burghers to give me money on the pretense of the loan. Then I'll just give them some small benefit. Not sure exactly what. Let's use the administrative power to advance our humanist ideas. Cultural ties. Different cultures have different customs and for some reason tend to resent interference. We can turn this weakness into a strength by incorporating local leaders in our system of government. Max promoted cultures +1, which is fine, but the only true culture is Danish. Speaking of which, no technology or anything. What is the next idea? Tolerance of heretics +1, and we get promoted cultures +1, tolerance of heathens +1, and religious unity +10%. That's gonna be very good because I'd like to get this increased slightly. Well, but a lot of provinces are actually now reformed, which is awesome. I can say that's awesome. As far as we go, however, we are having trouble with the Scandinavian particularists, especially. They're gonna revolt soon. And the Novgorodian separatists. What are the Novgorodian separatists doing? Can we... Yeah, we could harsh treat them back to reasonable numbers. However, the particularists are way worse. There's a lot of them. They want to gain autonomy, but I think... Yeah, you have only 3 provinces left. Vienna, Tersami and Romsa. You know what, let's spend 100 on them. I don't want to, but I don't think they'll be able to get back high enough for us. We've been getting no bad events from the internal conflicts so far. Our stability is increasing. We are now at 33, though. As you can see, the modifier is just awful. I can't really invest in anything. I'm thinking that we're gonna raise an army and send it to Vinland, but they have colonized the province that I was trying to colonize, so I'm leaving them to it. And we are peacefully colonizing the Epikvik and Natiskuan. That's our territory that we want to, so I'm not gonna bother with that much. Incan Colombia is doing good. We will have no trouble, you know, staying where we are right now. There's not much we could do. I mean, we could send our ships to, I don't know, discover South America or something, but I prefer to just rest for now. Our armies are at the ready. We don't need to reinforce anyone. Money are coming in. Yeah, everything seems to be sort of good. Though we could enjoy the land force limit at its maximum. I'm not entirely sure that's the right thing to do. What kind of missions do we have? Colonize the Caribbean. American expansion. Colonize the Caribbean. Eastern America colonial region. Caribbean colony. Why is the game keep bothering me with that. I mean, we could find an island here somewhere, like... Oh, it's too far, really? Well, we could go into the chaos. I'm not entirely sure that's a good idea. Or Jamaica. Well, I'm not really tempted to do that at this point, so let's just leave it out. We have our own trouble, so let's deal with those first. Repaying those loans would be a good start. We'll need 440. I think we'll be able to get that much, though, much sooner, so that will be fine. Well, our ruler has died in the worst possible moment when I wanted to announce that we have enough money to repay both of our loans. Crap. Well, on the other hand, it means that Anna can marry and probably have another child that will mean that we can have a better legal heir than Anna herself. Damn it, though, this is gonna be very expensive. 5 legitimacy and 10 prestige. 370 gold. Well, I guess let's do it. Scandinavia is a great country and we do have the money. So Anna the First Estrid is the new ruler. Our nation is mourning over the loss of the previous monarch, Christian I Estrid. He died while the army was camped in Sealand. His careless handling of secret information went our secret's common knowledge. And we have uncertain succession, but a massive legitimacy boost. We were at something like 70. So I'm gonna do what I was searching for before. Wait, no, not diplomacy. Religion. We increased our relations with some of these nations, like Fürstenberg, which is a county, and now we can have a royal marriage with them. So let's do that and hope that's gonna give us... It did give us a king consort, or prince consort, 224. And he should be of the right religion, right? Yes, he's reformed as we are. Awesome. Excommunication. Oh. Those who sinned against the church and failed to repent were shunned by it. When a ruler sinned against the church, her entire nation could be placed under interdict. A dire fate when every country obeyed the Pope, but less effective when some broke ranks with the Vatican. Okay, now that sentence makes sense. This power was occasionally abused by the Pope, but at other times excommunication held complete moral authority. In 1602, the Pope placed Scandinavia under interdict for open breaking with the Church and embracing heresy. Catholic countries are now likely to shun us and may even take the opportunity to invade. Our Catholic subjects will be unhappy about this. We have no Catholic subjects. We are accused of openly supporting heresy in our nation. Commonwealth, England, Bohemia, Brandenburg, Bremen, Ditmarsh, and Cologne, Castile, Papal State. The event Scandinavia has been placed under interdict happens. And we might lose a theologian, and we didn't. Okay, awesome. So we were placed under interdict, but that doesn't really matter. Prince Consort, he's 19. Got a much older queen, but that's okay. We can also embrace another humanist idea, which is humanist ecumenism. So let's do that. We're slowly crawling up to the religious unity. Humanist ecumenism. The problem with how to deal with heretics in the realm is always difficult. Although the good old-fashioned fire and sword approach will solve most problems eventually, diplomacy can also succeed. By encouraging dialogue between the various sects, we can reduce misunderstanding and promote peace in our realm. Tolerance of heretics increased, which is really good. Actually, what is the effect? This is the tolerance, but it doesn't tell me what the effect of it is. Can we find out here? Orthodox. Local unrest increased by 4.68. Okay, and more manpower and recruitment time increased. But it's better now. We could also embrace a new technology, but I don't want that. We still have some rebel factions growing in power. Especially the Scandinavian particularist. They have only 2 places where they can sprung up. Vienna and Tersami. What can I do with you? Tersami, why the unrest? Centralization. Denied lesser noble privileges. If I didn't do that, it would be gone. Communication efficiency. 7 Vienna, right? Yeah. If I could build ports here. Or lengthen the roads. It's not gonna happen though. We'll have to cut them down again. I hate that, but we just have to. Okay, so that deals with the revolts for now. And I also thought about a certain other thing. We are gaining 1.49 in tariffs from Finland. I'm going to, at this point, increase their tariffs. Increase tariffs? Why can't I do that? I could a moment ago. Did the Queen block this? Oh no, it costs 25 administrative power. Okay, so by taking the humanist idea, I don't have enough to do it. Okay, but we're gonna increase the tariffs. Finland has a liberty desire of 0, so I think we could increase the tariffs twice, maybe 3 times, because they got an insane treasury, and I think it's time for us to start taking a bit out of that. We could later placate the local rulers by lowering their liberty desire, but 15 would be absolutely okay. They're going on their own, which makes me happy, but I still feel like protecting them is not a bad idea. Our colonies are doing good. Our income has dropped significantly, however, because the public services and toll laws went up again. We have ran out of that. What's it called? I don't know if I can see it here. No, it's the lesser nobles, aren't they? It's the Corvée labor. Actually, you know what? Let's get it again. That's gonna bump us. It helps with our income, and we need to repay at least some of these loans. Damn, I was just about to say that we could. But hey, we got some time left, so we might still repay it. I'm gonna do it immediately as I can, because these events are just awful. And yeah. Anna is kind-hearted, so we can hope for, or we can roleplay this a bit more like putting our nation back together. These constant provincial unrests are not helping us at all. Debate over church membership. One of the most pressing choices was whether to allow members to leave the church. Since the day Christianity has been made the state religion of Rome, all subjects of the empire were declared under the authority of its church, whether they attended mass or not. But perhaps, argue some radicals, this was a bad idea. Perhaps it led to people disenchanted with their faith, yet unable to leave of their own free will. Could we dare to allow our members to quit the church, even form their own if they wanted? Or theologians are in favor of having all Scandinavian subjects automatically be members of the Scandinavian Church. Oh hey, voluntary membership. Enforced membership would... Up to 10% of population will be converted to the state religion. Or we can have voluntary membership. Tolerance of the true faith increased. We moved 5 towards fanaticism. Then lose 10% church influence. But 10% of the population will also be converted to state religion. Well, we are kind-hearted. So honestly, I think that voluntary membership is better. It is better. It is better. And can we now repay one of the loans? No. We need slightly more, but we'll be able to in March. So I'm gonna do that as the last thing in this episode, and then we are going to end it. However, one thing that I'd like to mention before I actually do that, yes, repay that loan, is that I'm deeply troubled by the revolt risks here, and I'm not entirely sure which way to go. We could we build an actual trade wharf here, so we have a really good communication in Osterbotten, which doesn't really increase the unrest here by much, just slightly. But in Vienna, the unrest is just a massively worsening the situation. So building a port here in Intersami would take away the Scandinavian particularists at all. However, that would mean building the same infrastructure as we have here in both of these provinces, and that doesn't seem very good. So instead I'm thinking, what if we build the road? We have it ending in Herne. So building it in Osterbotten, Savo, and Vienna, and then Teresami would be great. But would that be cheaper? Because if I wanted to build a road in here, that would cost 846 gold. If I contributed manpower, I would need to put 31,000 men there. There's no local ruler or urban wealth to contribute. If I went with Savo and Pohjois Karjala, it would not be better. There's no rural wealth here or urban wealth, and it would cost almost as much. So I'm at a loss here. This unrest will go away when we get rid of the lesser noble privilege, but it's gonna take another 6 years to get rid of. This sucks so much. I'll have to figure out something how to deal with this. Anyway, thank you for joining me, and I'll see you in the next episode.